Are you ready for another episode of Ask Dr. Bob? We have a lot of questions today. Question number one, do you recommend or ever recommend the product Reliv? And I did some research on it, and one of the main ingredients is soy. And I must say, we don't promote soy for various reasons. Now, you may be menopausal and have been told that soy and estrogen is good for you, and I'm not saying that it's not, but traditionally, anybody that uses any type of soy product, it increases estrogen. But my concern for all ages, soy depletes zinc. Soy also eliminates an enzyme in your body called trypsin, which takes away inflammation, has a natural affinity for aluminum. Question number two, my sister has vertigo and tinnitus. Vertigo is dizziness and tinnitus is ringing in the ear. And she had this for about 2 years and she can't function. And then she says, Dr. Bob, is there anything you could do to help her? What we have found traditionally is that people with tinnitus or ringing in the ears tend to have a low thyroid. TSH, T3, and T4 are the blood tests that I recommend. Vertigo oftentimes is adrenal gland weakness. You must have her minimize or eliminate sugar. What can I do for a broken foot or broken bones in general? Well, did you ever cut yourself and there's a scab and then you peel the scab off and it seems like forever and ever? The way our bodies are set up in nature is this. It takes time because it has to go through steps. But I want you to know this. Aspirin will slow the healing process down. There's been research about aspirin and how it interrupts fracture because, see, your body uses pain as a gauge for healing. So if you have pain, your body's going to do whatever it can to speed the healing up. I would not drink soda. I would not do sugar because those two items are going to eliminate and minimize minerals, and your bodies need minerals. I'd increase bell peppers, which are a great source of vitamin C, and eggs, great source of sulfur. When you say sugar, do you mean fruit also? There are three main fruits that we promote: pears, plums, and apples. You know, I constantly research and learn about different important information. Pears, plums, and apples are talked about in a book called Adrenal Fatigue by James Wilson. Those three fruits stress the adrenal gland the least amount. I know that bananas, raisins, and grapes, and pineapple, and any dried fruit, I like to avoid. I like our patients to avoid because they always get left neck and mid-back pain, which is quite common with sugar. Do you have any information, this is question number 5, on sciatic nerve issues, like what to take and to eat? I would minimize sugar and dairy products. I want you to know that every patient that comes in our office on a Monday always has more sciatic pain than when they leave on Friday because they're having cake and ice cream and they have weddings and birthdays. I could go on with all the different things that are going on, and Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day and Super Bowl Sunday and Easter and Mother's Day. Sugar and dairy cause pain. I want you to know, I'm going to give you a new word. I've never mentioned this on an Ask Dr. Bob before. It's called imbibition. Imbibition is your discs getting bigger through the nighttime because of water. When you drink water, it goes in the disc. You're taller in the morning than you are in the afternoon. Question 6. I have a nephew that just found he has hyperhidrosis. He sweats a lot. He has to change his clothes often and carry a towel around with him. What can Dr. Bob do to help prevent this? Well, you know, I've written several books, and one of my books is Dr. Bob's and Debbie's Guide to Sex and Romance. You can say, Dr. Bob, what does sex have to do with sweating? Well, in the book, we talk about the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the nervous system. You see, the adrenal glands dry you out, but the parasympathetic nervous system makes you wet. And so I know that people who sweat profusely have adrenal gland exhaustion, their sympathetic nervous system is tired, and their parasympathetic nervous system has overtaken them. So in our practice, I would use phospholiquid or superphosphozyme, and we'd really encourage this nephew to cut back on some of his sugar consumption. Maybe he's overdoing it, but his adrenal glands are exhausted. My granddaughter complains about my granddaughter has headaches lately, but she's hungry all the time. It's because of the vitamins. So she's on the ADHD program. So if she's hungry a lot, what's very possible is her metabolism had kicked into gear. And the B vitamins I know from the ADHD bundle, which this was referring to, probably started to promote digestion. If somebody's hungry all the time, avocados, protein. Start the day off with a protein. That's the whole swap bag. If you yourself are hungry all the time, we got to get that blood sugar under control. So what's going on is avocados are a source of fat, almonds, walnuts. That just keeps your blood sugar stable. In several of our books, you can go to the internet and do a search on the glycemic index. Eat foods in the mid-range. That'll help slow down that blood sugar going up and down. So when that blood sugar is going up and down, it's causing you to be hungry. Don't start the day off with a pastry. Last question, and this is pretty important questions, a lot. Hey Dr. Bob, my family and I have started following the paleo diet due to some sensitivity to certain foods. We basically can eat roots and vegetables, nuts and meats. Our children are hungry and they're constantly hungry. And so to tend to feed them healthier baked goods or snacks. I've heard, however, baking, especially with nut flours, can be unhealthy because of the omega-6. It almost goes back to the last question. Avocados, walnuts, almonds, almond butter, protein, mid-glycemic foods, blood sugar up, blood sugar down. Quinoa and brown rice would be two grains, but I'm telling you from my own experience, being on the 2012 and 2013, even with brown rice and even healthy grains, I have to watch because my blood sugar goes up and down and I'm always hungry. Omega-6 fats, they wanted to know, do cause inflammation, so be aware of that. Safflower and sunflower oil. They also said they have the blood type A. I'm blood type A. Yes, blood type A's tend to be the ones that should be vegetarians. But I know that they also have digestive distress. So sometimes blood type A needs a digestive enzyme. And these children have little bodies with big appetites. Walnuts, almonds, avocados. A lot of great questions. Thank you for sending us your emails and questions. We look forward to seeing you or listening to me next week. Bye!